Good morning, students. Let us move on to the last topic of chapter soil, that is properties of soil. In properties of soil, the first property is percolation rate. And what is percolation rate? The rate at which water passes through the soil is called percolation rate. Okay? Percolation rate of water is different in different types of soil. It is highest in the sandy soil. Why it is highest in the sandy soil? If you remember, children, I told you in the previous video that sandy soil has large air spaces between them. It is well aerated. Okay, for example, if this is the sandy soil, it has got large air spaces in between them. So what will happen? The percolation rate, that means water will pass through this very easily and very fast. Okay, so percolation rate is highest in sandy soil and it is least in the clay soil. Why it is least in the clay soil? Because clay soil, the particles are tightly packed. Okay, so water will pass slowly through clay soil. Percolation rate can be calculated by this formula, that is amount of water, how much amount of water is passing upon the percolation time. Okay, the time taken by the water to move down. Okay, for example, I will give you one question to solve. What is the question? You have taken a soil sample and it takes 20 minutes for 200 milliliter water to percolate. That means percolate means to pass through it. Okay, and you have to find the rate of percolation. Okay, so how will you calculate the rate of percolation? I told you the rate of percolation, that is percolation rate. What is the formula for percolation rate? The amount of water. Okay, amount of water upon the percolation time. Okay, and here what is the amount of water? The amount of water is 200 milliliters, isn't it? And what is the time taken? The time taken is 20 minutes. Okay, so you can calculate it easily. 200 upon 20, that means how much? You will get 10 milliliters per minute. Okay, 10 milliliters per minute. So this is how you can calculate the percolation rate by using this formula. Clear? Now the next topic is absorption of water. As the name indicates, absorption of water means how much water can the soil absorb. Okay, the soil can absorb how much water. That is called as absorption of water. Just like now percolation rate. Now can you tell me, I just now explained percolation rate. Now what about absorption of water? Okay, which soil will absorb the most amount of water? The most amount of water will be absorbed by the clayey soil. Okay, clayey soil will absorb maximum amount of water. Why? Because again, as I told you, the particles are very closer to each other. So when the particles are closer to each other, water will not pass through, it will absorb more water. Okay, so clay soil will have good absorption rate, whereas sandy soil will have less absorption rate. Why? In sandy soil, water will pass through very easily. Okay, sandy soil percolation rate is more and absorption rate is less. It will not absorb water. Whenever you put water in sandy soil, it will pass through it immediately. Okay, so this is called as the absorption of water. Now after percolation rate and absorption of water, next we come to soil and the crops. Okay, we come to the next topic, that is soil and crops. Okay, you all know that soil is affected by various factors like wind, rainfall, temperature. All these climatic factors, they affect the soil. Okay, and along with various factors, these climatic factors, as well as along with the climatic factors, the components of soil also determine what type of vegetation or crops has to be grown in a particular region. Okay, for example, see, clayey and loamy soil are very good for growing cereals like wheat and gram. Okay, why? Because they are very good at retaining water. Just now, as I told you, retaining water means to hold water. Okay, retain means to hold. How much water can be retained by this soil? So, as I told you, clay soil and loamy soil can retain water very well. Okay, so you can grow cereals like wheat and gram in clay and loamy soil. Okay, now for paddy, what is paddy? Paddy is rice. Okay, paddy needs lots of water. So soils rich in clay and organic matter, as I told you, that soils which are rich in clay have got good water holding capacity or good water retaining capacity. So you can grow paddy in clay soil. Okay, then for lentils. Okay, lentils include various dals and pulses. Loamy soil is very, very good. Okay, for cotton, sandy soil as well as loamy soil. All these are very good for these crops. Can be, see children, particular crops can be grown only on particular type of soil. You cannot grow each and every soil on any soil whichever you want. Each and every crop on any soil. Okay, so particular crop can be grown only on a particular type of soil. Clear? Crops like wheat, they can be grown only on fine clayey soil. Why? Because clay soil are rich in humus and they are very fertile also, and they can hold water also. Clear? Now here one question is given. Which kind of soil would be most suitable for planting rice? Soil with a higher or a lower rate of percolation. I told you children, what is rice? Just now I told you, in this video only I told you, rice is paddy, isn't it? And rice, if you all know, rice requires a lot of water. So which soil would be good for rice? The soil which can hold water. Okay, which can hold more water, or you can say which can retain water, like clay soil. Okay, and the soil which has got very high percolation rate. High percolation rate means all the water will pass through it. Okay, so you need a lower rate of percolation for rice plant. That means more absorption rate. Okay, so I hope children that this chapter is clear to all of you. Go through the chapter, read the chapter properly once again, and if you have got any doubt, you can contact me on my personal number.